You're listening to the Simon and Alex Show podcast.
No wacky intro this week.
If you give me like 2 minutes, I could think of one.
I mean, to be fair, whatever intro you come up with, it's going to be better than last week's, where you just played the Scooby-Doo intro.
I'll do another intro, but I'll do it myself this time.
Okay. I think your trumpet's out of tune, Alex.
Yeah, well, it's lockdown. I haven't been able to get it tuned very well, but
Well, fair enough.
that was Monsters Inc.
Yeah, that's not even the film we're watching this week. That's not even...
No, but I don't know the intro Flushed Away. Does it have a soundtrack?
I imagine it has a soundtrack. So, Alex.
Yep.
How was Yorkshire?
Well, it was very nice. For those of you who don't know, I took a little trip to the Yorkshire Dales. Me and my
Lovely
friends
place,
went.
highly recommended.
Really nice place. We were going to go to Scotland, but the weather was like... Simon's in a heat wave at the minute. So
Yeah.
we thought we'll go Yorkshire because it's a bit further down south. Be nicer weather and we'll be able to spend the whole day. We were going to go to a place... we're going to go to Goredale Scar. Have you been to Goredale
Oh,
Scar? Yeah. And my friend navigated us there. And we got there and it wasn't impressive at all. Like, we'd looked at pictures online and it just didn't compare to what the pictures were like.
Right,
So
yeah.
we had a Google to see whether or not we were just a little bit further away, or you had to go for a walk to find the actual place. On Apple Maps, there's 2 Goredale Scars,
Right.
about an hour and a half drive away from each other.
Okay.
So we realised that we'd gone to the wrong one. So we're looking at Google Maps, and it's given us 2 routes to get to where we need to be.
Yeah.
One route takes an hour and a half and is physically longer, and the other route's more direct but also takes an hour and a half.
Okay.
Now I assume that's because it was all like single file country roads,
Yeah.
and you don't do like they're 60-mile-an-hour roads, but you'd never do 60 mile an hour.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
I said that I reckon that I could shave half an hour off the time if we go the more direct route.
Okay, yeah.
I wasn't driving ridiculously. When we got to corners, I was slowing down. But you know
course,
me,
yeah.
I get gradually, increasingly more confident as I go on with these kinds of
Yeah.
things.
And given how you always start way more confident than you should be in your driving, I think this is
So we
maybe not the best.
take a corner, maybe doing about 40, 45. And there's a car coming to the way.
Right,
And-
yeah, that's why you slow down for corners.
So I have a choice. I have to hit the car or turn. There's no pavement. It just goes straight into the bushes. So I don't yeet the car into the bushes, but I like tilt the wheel so that we kind of... I knew we were going to have to graze the corner.
Yeah.
So the passenger side of the car lifts up, hits the floor again. We make it past the car. We didn't crash.
Good.
But something wasn't right. So I turned to my friends and I was like, "Oh, this car doesn't feel right. I'm gonna stop it and have a look."
Yeah.
So I mounted the curb, drove into a bush, and ripped a hole in the front tire.
Right. Wait, hang on. So you didn't even do it when you were going past the car? You did it when you were trying to stop?
No, I did it like on the corner when I swerved
Oh, right,
to
yeah.
not hit the car.
Well, Alex, you can't blame me for this one.
So we were stuck in the middle of the Yorkshire Dales.
Yeah.
No phone signal. I had to run to the nearest village, which was about 3 miles away, in swimming trunks and a pair of
It's
Timbs.
swimming trunks.
And yeah, so we managed to call the RAC.
Yeah.
They sent a guy out after 2.5 hours of waiting.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
He picked us up, and my recovery would either get us, I think it was either home or to a local garage.
Right. Yeah.
So we said local garage, and we
Yeah, 'cause
found
if it's just a tyre, it shouldn't take too long.
Yeah, but I didn't think I had the lock and wheel nut,
Ah, right, yeah.
which you kind of need. So I rang the garage up and I said, if I don't have the wheel nut, like, do you guys have spares? They said there's a chance they might, but there's an even bigger chance they don't. It would be Monday by the time they could get a mould made to get a lock and wheel nut for the car.
Right.
And we went on the Saturday, so it would have been like 2 days later. So the guy who's towing us stops his truck, gets out, and he helps me look for the lock and wheel nut. We find it. We get
good.
to, was it Skipton?
Skipton, yeah.
Yeah, go to the garage. They say, "Yep, we can change the tire. Your back tires also need to be done." And when I've hit the when I've hit the curb,
Yeah.
I've misaligned the steering,
Oh, no.
so it needs to be realigned.
Yeah.
So yeah, another hour and a half went past before that was fixed. So from setting off and saying that I
Yeah.
reckon I could shave a half hour off the time.
Exactly, yeah.
6 hours later and £300 lighter, we were back on the road to go to Gordale Scar. But on the bright side, the
Yeah.
tyres that they fitted, I made sure to get insurance on them because
Smart, yeah.
I can now puncture them 3 times or rip a hole in them and they'll replace them free of charge.
Okay,
And
so
I've gone through, I've ripped a hole in 2 tyres and I haven't even been on the road for a year now.
you are going to use that insurance.
Oh, no, absolutely.
In all likelihood, I'm going to be there when it happens.
But yeah, so that was my weekend.
Yeah, I mean, you really got to see the best of Yorkshire.
Well, where we stopped, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was a narrowish road. Cars could still get past. But we just hopped a fence,
Oh, you know what I should have
played
done?
ball in a field. Go on.
I should have driven out there. Oh, it would have been so funny to drive past you.
It was so embarrassing because I'd overtaken a fair few people
Yeah.
in my pursuit of saving time, and they all just drove past.
No, dear.
Stole me on the side of the road, but
Probably gave him a good laugh.
I tried everything to repair
Yeah.
this tire. I had tape in the car. I was trying to tape
That
the hole
wasn't
up.
going to do
Yeah,
it. No chance.
no chance. But yeah, it's fixed now. She has 3 new wheels.
How long have you had this car, Alex?
I got it at the start of June, mid-June-ish.
Okay, so a couple months.
So about 2.5 months. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a record speed for damaging your car. Yeah, you definitely surpassed your last car in that regard.
Oh yeah, I've had less parking and driving tickets with this car, but I've been
less
quicker at
time has
damage it.
passed.
Yeah.
How do you keep getting tickets for your car? I mean, I know the answer to this, but like, why bother?
Well, you know why I got my driving ticket for being in the bus lane?
Yeah,
That
because
was
I
your
told
fault.
you it was a bus lane, and I told
that was-
you to
no.
not drive in the bus lane.
We're driving to Newcastle,
Yeah.
and we just watched Parasite,
Great movie.
and I'm driving in Newcastle, and I have no idea where we're going. I've
Yeah.
told Simon, I've said, as soon as it gets dark, I need my glasses, and I don't have my glasses. I don't know my right from my left. Didn't have a sat nav. My phone was dead.
Sorry, can we go back to that? Yeah, you need your glasses to drive, right?
In the dark.
Is that what you've been told, or just like all the time? Can you read signs when you're driving?
Well, the thing is, I got my glasses
Yeah.
before I passed my driving test.
Okay.
So they asked, when I got my glasses, they did ask if I drove, and I said no because I didn't. So they didn't tell me I need to wear them. But then I passed my test.
Right.
So I don't know whether I need them for driving or I don't.
Can you read road signs when you're driving? I don't like how long this is taking for you to answer.
I can make out the shapes.
Oh my god. You need to wear those glasses when you're driving.
No, like I know. Yeah.
there's no excuse here. It's like, oh no, I can roughly make out the shape of Durham on a sign. No wonder you get lost.
Roundabout signs, I have no idea what they say.
Oh my god.
But like the warning signs, I know like the red triangles and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I can
Okay.
make out the shapes.
So if there's a sign on the road that says like warning, like flood up ahead, there's no like actual symbol for it, but it's just written there.
It'll just say flood in a red triangle.
Yeah,
So
but
when
how can you make that apart from it saying all good in a red triangle?
No, when I'm
I think that
close-
would actually make me worry more if I saw a red triangle sign that said like, "Oh, it's fine, don't worry."
roadworks ahead. I
Yeah.
sure hope it does. No, when the sign gets about 10 meters away, I can read it.
10 meters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look something up real quick. Okay. According to the official government website,
Oh,
how far away do you have to be able to read a number plate?
it's got to be less than 10 meter.
It's not.
Ah, well, I wore my glasses for my test, so
Oh yeah, that makes it fine. Yeah. If you cheat on an exam, you know all the stuff that the exam's testing you on. So
how
does it
far
matter?
away? How far away?
it's 20 meters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. And the number plate is usually smaller than the writing on a road sign. You should wear your glasses when you're driving.
They're always in a car.
Well, then why aren't you wearing them? If they're in the car, there's like no effort involved.
No, the
not like you
argument that I
forget
was
them.
making was when I was in the bus lane, which was
Yeah.
about a half year ago,
Yes.
and I didn't always have them in the car, but I've always got them in the car now.
Okay, well that makes it better. You should have had them in the car from the start.
No, because I don't wear my glasses all the time. When I wear them, I get tired.
Right, yeah.
So
That's no excuse.
Yeah, but I'd rather miss a turn safely than get every turn on the way.
I
to
would
where need
rather
to
be in a
but
car with someone who can
tired.
see than someone who can't see, but is
Yeah.
slightly less tired.
Nah,
What do you mean no? There's no...
no, I'm not a bad driver.
Yeah, I beg to differ.
I mean, sorry.
I'm not saying I'm a better driver.
No, I
I'm
keep
saying you're a bad
forgetting.
one.
How many times did you fail your test?
Once.
Okay, and that's what.
But at least I can read 20 meters
one
in
more
front of
than
me.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had my glasses on. I can read when I've got my glasses on.
Well, wear your glasses.
Okay.
Right, if I ever catch you not wearing glasses in the car, I'm not getting in
like
the car.
wearing my glasses. But yeah, so we're in Newcastle. We'll get back to that.
Yeah.
And I was sat in the car driving, asking for directions. Mm-hmm. And nobody in this car was giving me directions. And I'm just driving along, and I'm saying to everybody, guys, I have literally no idea where I am and where I'm going right now. I can't
Yeah,
read any
this-
road sign.
Yeah, this is your fault.
So then after about 3 minutes of driving, not knowing where I'm going, Simon finally says, Oh, what are you doing? You're in a bus lane. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Do you know how I knew that, Alex? Because written on the road in big letters, it said bus lane.
I was going the wrong way. The letters
Yeah.
were upside down. So I get home, and about a week later, my mum gives me a phone call. She says, oh, you've got some mail. Do you want me to open it? I said, yeah, go on, open it. She goes, oh, it's a driving notice. You've been driving in bus lanes. So yeah, there's a nice little picture of my old Fiat going the wrong way down
Yeah.
the bus lane in Newcastle. But it was a notice without charge, so I didn't have to pay anything. They said if I do it in the same bus lane again, then they'll charge
Yeah.
me.
Thank God there was literally nobody about. Like, actually, 'cause that was incredibly dangerous of you.
Well, yeah, probably.
It's annoying how often you make stupid mistakes and nothing bad comes of them. Because you don't learn. You're not learning from these like a normal human would. In the 20 years of your life, you would have made so many mistakes that you recover from, you get better from, you improve from, and that causes you to stop making these mistakes as often. But it hasn't happened to you.
That's exactly what I said to the girls when we broke down. When they fitted the new tyres and they gave me the insurance on them. I said, this
Yeah.
hasn't taught me anything. Like, I can just do this again, but on 3 tyres, and it won't cost me anything. So,
The world is too kind to you.
I have an incredible amount of good luck, and it's going to run out one day. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm just going to ride that wave until it does.
It can't last forever. There's no chance of it lasting forever.
But it could.
It won't.
In the grand scale of the universe, even if I only live to be 83, then...
You're not living that long, quite frankly.
No, that website said that I was going to live to 84, so...
The psychic website.
Yeah.
We've had this discussion.
We've had it on the podcast.
Yeah. This, like I said, it's no more useful than a random number generator telling you, like, just any number between the between your current age and, say, I don't know, 120.
I mean,
it spits it out. And
It,
like,
no, it said that the most likely cause for my death would be my own stupidity, and the second most likely would be a heart attack or a heart failure. And that's.
I think anyone who meets you could assume the first one
But yeah, no, I'm just gonna keep living until
you get
get
yourself
unlucky,
and,
yeah.
in all likelihood, me hurt as well.
you can take it. You're a black belt. You're tough.
A black belt doesn't mean you can survive a car crash, Alex.
I've never crashed my car into another car.
True, yeah. Just into
walls,
things that aren't
pavements,
moving.
and
Yeah.
drains. Yeah.
Stationary targets. Easy to go around, typically.
Because, when we went to where did we go? Oh, we went to Windermere
Yes.
a few weeks back. Took a road quite fast. Got some airtime. That was fun.
Mm.
Car lifts up and just smacks back onto the ground. Lose a bit of steering, but managed to save that one. Going up the moors.
That's just terrific.
Got some big news. Some very big news.
Ooh.
Yeah. Thanks to the podcast and you forcing me to watch films,
Yeah.
I have booked my first cinema ticket post-lockdown.
Ooh.
Yeah. Going to see... I forgot what it's called. You know.
Nice.
What's it called?
I don't know. Can't remember. Because I've never heard of this film before. I wasn't even aware cinemas were open again, quite frankly.
The one in Durham opens on Friday, and I am going to see Unhinged.
Unhinged.
Unhinged, yeah.
I've not heard of this movie at all. I'm going to have a quick look at this just so I can judge you.
It's a new thriller starring Russell Crowe.
Of course it is. Well, I hate to break it to you, Alex.
Yeah. Well,
I'm looking at some of the critic reviews.
yeah.
The average rating for 2,000 people putting in their votes, average rating is 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just read this one. I have never watched such a ridiculous film in 65 years of movie viewing. The story was pathetic, what there was of it. The acting was beyond poor. It was totally unbelievable. After an absence of nearly 5 months from film going, this rubbish won't bring the audiences back.
Well, it has. I love Russell Crowe. I think he's great.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, you know fine well that I like films that have got less than that
Yeah, that's true.
rating.
I think it's entirely possible for you to like a film that's not good.
From what I've seen from the trailer, the story does look rubbish.
Okay.
But I don't know. I feel like it's a role that Russell Crowe was made to play, like the bad guy, psychopath kind of. I don't think he's played a role like that before. If he has, sorry. But no, it seems like his kind of role.
I don't think I've watched many films with Russell Crowe in.
Have you seen The Nice Guys?
Yes, you showed me The Nice Guys.
Yeah. I feel like it's either something that I haven't showed you, or it was something that I showed you in like the first week of knowing you.
It was around then, yeah. I mean, he was in Les Mis and he wasn't particularly good in it.
I haven't seen Les Mis. Okay.
I mean, yes, Hugh Jackman and Russell Crowe are in it.
I'm gonna stay away from musicals because after watching Hamilton, that's been dangerous for my Spotify. It's just been the Hamilton playlist all week again.
No, it's a similar problem to what I have with like the Disney remakes, the live action ones,
Okay.
where they get like famous actors and stuff to play the parts in it,
They don't need to.
but not necessarily ones that can sing particularly well.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of auto-tune in Beauty and the Beast. Like, a lot. Because Kat always plays it in the car whenever she's driving around, because...
In fact, they do the same with the cartoons, though. Like the new releases. I don't want to give the guy any bad feedback, but first film we watched on the podcast, Moana, Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's true.
I think it's just easier to notice in the live action stuff.
True, but then in, like, actual... You know, when the 2D era of Disney, where they had all, like, Beauty and the Beast, Mulan, that sort of thing. Yeah.
They weren't famous actors, were they?
Not particularly, but they were good singers.
Yeah.
And for a musical, I think that probably works a bit better. Especially because they can act as well. You don't watch those films like, oh, she's butchering the role. It just makes more sense for casting someone who can sing and act rather than just a famous actor.
Yeah. Especially when it's a musical and the selling point is
Exactly, yeah.
the singing. Not that I watch many musicals.
No, it's
They're just not really my thing.
I think you're gonna start getting into musicals now, Alex.
No.
This is a new era for you.
No, Hamilton was good, but unless I'm forced to sit down and watch one, I might. I don't want to Google it now, but I do want to know if Flushed Away has a soundtrack. Because I know they do like the little quirky songs and stuff.
It has got the soundtrack, I just can't remember any of the specific... Oh, they had Rolling on the River at the end.
Yes.
Yeah, it has got a soundtrack. Just songs like that.
I think there's a bit of Tom Jones in there too. Is there?
Are you sure? Because, I mean, they talk about Tom Jones in the film.
No,
I'm not sure if he's actually...
That's what I was basing it on. I thought maybe...
Yeah.
Because Roddy stands on the table and he's singing Tom Jones' song. She's a lady, I think. She's a lady. Whoa, 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 she's a lady.
I think
and
Hugh
the lady
Jackman
was
sings...
big undies. Huge
I think
undies.
Hugh Jackman sings better in Flushed Away than he does in Les Mis.
I haven't seen Les Mis, but I could believe that. It's because he has to try in Les Mis. He doesn't have to try in Flushed Away.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to be good.
It does actually have an alright soundtrack from the look of things.
Yeah, and he
It's got Billy Idol on here.
means nothing to me.
What? Billy Idol's great. We need a separate podcast where I get you to listen to good music.
No, we can...
I'll do that on the radio. We play music on the radio. I guess it fits.
No, because I'm flexible with film. I am not flexible with music. I have very specific music taste.
And what exactly is that, Alex?
Well, Mumford & Sons,
Yeah.
Hey Rosetta,
Mm-hmm.
the Hamilton soundtrack.
Okay, so you got a new one on there.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be like a music snob, but there are other things you can listen to that are good.
No, because you listen to...
Hey, I don't even mean
No.
things that I like. I mean things that are good that I don't like, even.
No, because you don't listen to good music. You just listen to old classic music, Daft Punk,
I don't...
and...
Old
what's the other
classical
one?
music like Daft Punk.
No, I said old classical music and Daft Punk.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't listen to classical music.
No, like classical...
Classic
not
rock.
classical, but just like stereotypical 80s music. Yeah.
Yeah. I
That's
listen to
Daft
new
Punk.
music.
There's one more. What else do you listen to? Oh, the Gorillas or the Monkeys or whatever.
Yeah, Gorillaz.
Yeah.
I listen to Gorillaz.
That's
Is
it.
that a problem?
That's
Yeah.
all I've heard you listen to.
I have a lot more in my library.
Okay, well, we're not doing a musical spin-off of the
We're doing a
podcast.
musical spin-off right now.
No, we're not. I just refuse because it wouldn't work the other way. If we did a musical one, I'd want an equal contribution, and that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, I know. Because you don't have enough songs in your repertoire to fill up a spin-off.
Oh no, I've got some hefty Spotify playlists.
Actually, knowing our Spotify playlists, like the house ones, maybe this podcast is a terrible idea.
Yes, let's stick to film. We kind of know it. We're kind of getting our grounding with it at the minute.
Well, half of last year's house had good taste in music, and then there was you and David.
I honestly don't like. You can't say that I have bad taste in music.
I can.
But it's...
I know it's subjective.
It's subjective. It varies per person. You can't
I
say that
can't
have
say
bad
you
taste
have
in
an
music.
objectively bad taste in music.
When all
but
you
purely
do is listen to
subjectively,
pop music. You listen to pop music, which by definition, by name, is just popular music.
right?
So you're a sheep. You just go with the crowd.
I don't really listen to pop music.
I mean, you listen to like 80s pop.
Even then, it's not really.
We can agree to disagree.
Typically, music tends
and
to be
forget.
popular, like pop music, because it's good.
And we'll get on with watching Flushed Away, should we?
Sure, let's go ahead. I'll be honest, I was terrified that you were actually just going to go to the loop while recording.
No, we'll save that for episode 100.
So, Flushed Away.
Flushed Away.
Yeah, it's one of a few films that Aardman has made. They all tend to be pretty high quality, I think.
I like Aardman.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I would say Aardman's one of the few film studios that was like big when we were kids.
Yeah, it's one of few studios that are based in the UK as well. Like
Are they?
with pretty Well, yeah. Why else would it be set in England? Same with Chicken Run. Same with Wallace and Gromit.
That's a very good... I genuinely never
You've never
noticed
made that connection. Okay.
I know Aardman like to put like... They work alongside Blue Peter and stuff, and they like to hide little Blue Peter badges in some of their stuff. A few Wallace and Gromits have... Yeah. I don't...
Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm going to double check that.
No, I'm sure they work alongside Blue Peter.
Yeah, you're right.
Pirates and Adventure with Scientists. It was like a Blue Peter episode where the presenters went and helped to animate some of the scenes. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's pretty good. I never really watched Blue Peter when I was younger. Just didn't really interest me.
It's just the news for kids, really.
Yeah. Even still, everyone I knew wanted one of those badges.
All 3 people that you knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
Anyway, we're off topic.
Yeah,
Back to Flushed Away. As seems to be the pattern with animated movies that you've made me watch, pretty good cast.
Yeah.
Especially this one with its...
for, I feel like, well, apart from Moana,
Yeah.
the films that I've made you watch and the films that I want you to watch, they're all kind of from the same, like, time.
Yeah. Alex, you've made me watch, 3 animated movies now?
Yeah, no, I've been able to pick 3. No, I've picked 4. One was Vacation.
Yeah,
which is why
and
I'm
you made me
sticking
watch
with
3 animated movies and Vacation.
Yeah.
You've really got to step this up.
There's a reason I'm sticking to animated movies, because
That's all you've
Vacation wasn't
watched.
great, yeah. No, well...
I mean...
Well, I want you to be back so we can record together when we watch the Die Hards.
Yeah. If you make me watch Die Hard, I will make you watch... I want to say Indiana Jones, but I think even that's a stretch.
Okay. Well, to be fair, I'd be down for that. Because I would make you watch all the Die Hards.
Oh, in that case, I'd make you watch all the Star Wars films.
Isn't there like 7 of them?
There's 11.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, if you're counting Rogue One and Solo, which I do.
Oh.
Actually, 12 if you count the animated Clone Wars movie.
I played the video games. Does that count?
What, you mean the Lego games?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you basically get the gist of it, but you kind of miss out on why they became popular.
Okay, right. No. Flushed Away. Because we've just done it again.
Flushed Away.
We've gone completely
We
off
have to
topic.
talk about Flushed Away.
Yeah.
There's a lot of British humour in the film. I like it. Always a fan of that.
Favourite character?
Favourite character? The pirate guy who cooks chips. He says like maybe 5 lines maximum.
I wouldn't have, yeah.
I was trying to throw you one that you wouldn't expect.
Honestly, I was hoping you'd say someone who has like iconic lines that I could just throw out a quote, but I don't think I know any quotes.
Is this another one of those films that
This is one of those films. It's like quotable. It's really quotable.
Yeah. I like the little Easter eggs in it. That some of them you might not have caught because you haven't watched movies. The obvious one right at the start is the main character is played by Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when he's picking an outfit to wear at the start of the movie...
Huge jacked man.
Sure. When he's picking an outfit to wear at the start of the movie, he's deciding between like one outfit and a Wolverine costume.
Okay.
Yeah. You spot that? Because I didn't spot it until this time watching it.
I did spot it, but I didn't spot it until watching it this time around.
Yeah.
Like it just hadn't really crossed my mind when I watched it the first few times. Did you ever play the video game?
I played the Game Boy Advance game, but that's it.
PlayStation 2 was where it's at. I have vivid memories of going to a house party at my friend Kieran's house. I think he'll be listening to this podcast. I hope he will. He's the reason that I chose Flushed Away. But then we cleaned up in the morning, and me, him, and another friend sat on his couch playing Flushed Away on the PlayStation 2, and it was so good. Like, none of the voice actors from the film stayed on for the game. So badly done. But yeah, great game, great film.
Also in the film, where they're about to get frozen in ice.
Yeah.
In the background, there's Han Solo frozen in ice, like a rat dressed up as Han Solo, which happens to the character in Star Wars: Return of the Jedi.
It's a Star Wars thing.
Yeah, it's a Star Wars thing. That's why
Yeah.
you were looking confused there.
Star Wars is lost on me.
It's amazing
I don't.
how you've
I
gone
don't
this long
like
without
it.
seeing it.
It's like
You don't
just
know?
magic.
You've not seen
and-
it.
It's like Harry Potter, isn't it?
Harry Potter's good. I mean, the author's not so good, but the franchise is alright. Except actually, the play is awful. Oh God. Sorry, I'm just thinking about how much I hate the stage play of Harry Potter.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know you don't, but I've got to vent somewhere, Alex.
It'll be an online forum. Don't vent to me. I have literally no clue what you're going on about.
Reading the script for that stage play, right? Because it came out as a book.
What stage play?
Harry Potter had a stage play years after the series finished. The Cursed Child
Wait,
is what
like
it's called.
what's a stage play? Like a theatre performance?
Yes.
With Daniel Radcliffe?
Not with Daniel Radcliffe, like all new actors. It was set like 30 years in the future after the series ended, and it's about their kids going to school.
Okay.
Yeah. I read the script in one evening, and that was the first time I've thrown out a book, like immediately after reading it. It was abysmal. Utterly abysmal.
Okay, but not flushed away, is it?
No, it's not flushed away. What is
We
there to
are-
say about flushed away? We cannot talk about. It's just a film for kids. It's got some nice jokes. The visuals.
If you were to give
eh.
it a rating out of 10, what would you give it?
6.5.
6.5?
It's not. It's nothing groundbreaking. It's a fun film.
It's a very fun film.
Yeah.
Do you relate to any of the characters?
I
You
don't know,
is
I'm
is there like a main character kind of guy who's, a little bit lonely, doesn't have many friends, meets a very friendly, outgoing, different kind of rat who changes his life, Can't relate to anybody in that film, can you?
I can relate to the frog. I think.
Le Frog.
Yes.
Ian McKellen.
Yes. Like
Ian
I said,
McKellen's
great
the
cast.
Toad. Really good cast.
Andy Serkis and Bill Nye as.
Is Andy Serkis in it?
Yeah. He's Spike. That's his name.
Oh, yeah.
Spike and Whitey is Bill Nye.
Keep your legs straight when you hit the water.
We're not. If you expected this to be maybe 20 minutes of just saying flushed away quotes, I'm gonna leave.
You can leave if you want.
Is there anything else to say about it? There's
His
one
name
thing I
is
have to say about it.
Millicent Bystander. He's an international jewel thief. She's a lady. Whoa, 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 she's a lady. And the lady wears big undies, huge undies. She left me stuck, stranded on a duck. What a shoddy thing to do to me, Roddy.
You know, it's times like
the
this
curry we had last night.
which completely justifies the very existence of this podcast. Not because you're entertaining people with this, because I don't imagine you are. But it really just goes to show how you've watched no movies.
Flashdown is on party. Rita, won't you find it in your heart to help him?
Thinking about my top maybe 5 movies, not a single one of them can I quote as many lines in it as you can for any random DreamWorks film, I think.
Yeah, really? What's your favourite film, like all-time favourite film?
It's a tough choice. It is a tough choice. I couldn't have a single one, but for example, let's go with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Okay?
Okay.
Right. There is
I don't
no
know.
chance.
because you have a different relationship with films to me.
Yeah.
With me, I watch films. I pick good films, and I just watch them again and again and again and again. Monsters
there are
University,
other good
I
films.
can quote so much Die Hard because they're my favourite film because I watch them again and again and again, and I know they hold the same value to me no matter how many times I watch them. Whereas if you were to watch Into the Spider-Verse 5 times in a row, would you still like it as much as... Okay.
Probably. Yes. But I don't do that because I would rather watch something new than something I already know is good.
Yeah. Potato, tomato.
That's not how that works.
Potato, potato.
Mm?
Frittata. Potato.
We're done with this bit.
Potato. Okay, what did you think about the whole plot of the film being centralised around England winning the World Cup?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think it's far too optimistic to assume that England would reach the World Cup final in the first place. The very premise of this film is flawed. Even the talking rats I can get behind, but England getting to the final, no chance. Unless we're counting women's football, in which case England does a lot better typically.
Yeah, go women, I guess.
Hmm.
But I don't think we were talking women's football in
No, but
2000 and when?
8.
2008.
Yeah,
When did the PlayStation 3 come out?
PlayStation 3 around either 2007 to 2009.
No, that can't be right. Was Flushed Away like a
Sorry.
really late? Nah, I think you're wrong.
I think I am wrong. It's 2006. My mistake.
No, I thought because they usually release a film, then they have time to create the game, and even if it was only a year before they made the game, it was still.
Yeah.
It would have been a late PlayStation 2 game.
They released PlayStation 2 games for ages after the PS3 was out because nothing has sold more than the PlayStation 2 in terms of consoles. Still,
It's still the best-selling console, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah. No, the thing that I miss about PlayStation 2 games and really early console games is when they would take they would just pull scenes from the film and put them in
Yeah.
the gameplay.
okay. I mean, that's what you would expect from a film game adaptation.
Yeah, but they animate it and then downgrade
Downgrade it.
it. That's
Yeah.
the one.
Whereas if you're Spider-Man 2 and you're a video game, it's only very loosely based on the plot of the film. The rest of the game is just you swing around and do stuff. You know how most of Spider-Man 2, going back to episode 6, most of Spider-Man 2, he's not actually Spider-Man. That just straight up doesn't happen in the game.
Are you done?
I'm sorry, Alex, I'm talking about a film I've watched more
you
than once.
will be sorry. Spider-Man 2.
How do you think I feel when you quote robots for 20 minutes on end?
Episode 6 or episode 15?
No,
I called
no.
robots in the robots episode. Bringing Spider-Man back?
No. I remember you quoting robots not in an episode when we were just walking back, and I had to go that way because I was next to you, and I was going home as well.
No, I quoted robots outside of the podcast. It was before we had the podcast.
Yeah, I know, but I still had to hear it.
Yeah, well, just look.
Is there anything else to say about Flushed Away? We've barely talked about Flushed Away.
Roddy St. James of Kensington, flushed away,
Yeah.
down his jacuzzi.
Okay.
He meets Cameron Diaz.
It's Kate Winslet, not Cameron Diaz.
Okay.
Cameron Diaz is Shrek, obviously.
Yeah. Okay, I would watch that film. But yeah, meets Kate Winslet, steals a belt, and then accidentally gets back home.
There you go. There's the movie.
That's the film.
I've said this before. I'm not sure if I've said it on the podcast yet, but I hate in animated movies, pretty much every animated movie, even ones that aren't like a musical, because it makes sense in a musical. I hate that they just end on it's all like a dance party at the end. It seems like a cheap and lazy way to end a movie if you're like, and everyone's happy, all the characters dance, and then the credits roll.
No, I liked how Flushed Away did it. It's a kids' film.
I know.
They're not gonna end on. They infer that maybe there is a possibility that Sid dies and gets eaten by a cat.
I don't think that's what they were inferring.
No, that's exactly what you pull away from it.
Okay, right.
Rest in peace, Sid. Gone but not forgotten. Always know our hearts. But yeah, no, I like it was Proud Mary, wasn't it? When they were on the Jammy Dodgy
That's
2.
fine. I've not got a problem with the music playing in the final scene. Fine, but why is it always a dance party? Is my problem. It's especially DreamWorks that are guilty for this. Like
this
every
Shrek?
single Shrek movie
Yeah.
ends with them dancing for some reason. It's just lazy.
I don't know
Quite
whether it's a ploy to get popular music into films or to get films to make music popular.
It's to get popular music into films. That's it. Yeah.
Wait, how else do you end an animated film?
With a satisfying conclusion. Even
Yeah,
if
but
you
how?
have music.
What animated film has a satisfying conclusion?
I don't know.
Robots has a musical number.
Yeah. I mean,
Flushed
this
Away does.
tends to be one of the better strengths of Disney movies.
Over the Hedge does Over the Hedge.
Over the Hedge, of course it does. Like
Does
I said,
it?
it's DreamWorks.
I'm not so sure.
Yes, it does.
How sure are you? That's a Bruce Willis film. We should watch that sometime.
No, I'm not watching Over the Hedge again. We've already watched it in the past year. Stop making me watch films I've already seen.
What's the word for an end of a film?
End.
End. Okay.
Hang on, I'm just going to stop you there because you don't need to bother with this.
Why not?
Because you're right, it doesn't happen in Over the Hedge.
Yeah, that I told you.
However, I have a huge list here. Huge. Of animated films that end with a dance scene. Despicable Me 2, Minions, Pinocchio, Sleeping Beauty, The Aristocats, Beauty and the Beast, Mulan, Treasure Planet, Chicken Little, Frozen, Zootopia, every Shrek film, Puss in Boots, Shark Tale, every Madagascar film, Megamind, Home, Trolls, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Food Fight, Romeo and Juliet, Happy Feet. That's kind of the whole point of that film, though, so I'll let that one slide. Ice Age 3 and Ice Age 4. I didn't know there was an Ice Age 4, but here we are. The Angry Birds movie, all the Toy Story movies, but they're alright. Hotel Transylvania.
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out.
Right.
The B movie.
B movie doesn't.
There we go. That's staying.
Yeah, but yeah.
Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda's
Brother
great.
Bear?
Though. I've never seen Brother Bear.
Oh, I'm sure it's got Joaquin Phoenix in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But no, we should watch Brother Bear at some point. We should watch like classic Disney films, not like all of them, but maybe have like a month where we watch that kind of thing.
Maybe.
That's a no.
Carrying on my list. This doesn't just cover animated movies. I've
Oh,
discovered.
it's still going. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm
Get
still looking.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Go on.
Apparently Jojo Rabbit's in this list. I wouldn't really count that, but sure.
No, it isn't.
They have a little
they
dance at
do
the end.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
As a heroes.
Great film, by the way. Night at the Museum. That's a half animated film.
Does it?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh. So I think we've deviated from Flushed Away about 4 times in this podcast.
I think it's impossible to not deviate from Flushed Away. Because there is nothing to say about Flushed Away. It's just a good film. It's obviously aimed at kids, but there's a lot of jokes that anyone will enjoy when watching it. What else is there to say?
Stop motion?
It's not stop motion.
Is it not?
No, it's CG.
Is it?
It's the only CG film that Aardman's done, I believe.
No.
It is. Flushed Away is a 2006 computer-animated adventure comedy film.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the people in it.
Yeah, that's why they barely showed them.
They were terrifying.
Yeah.
What would you do if you were flushed away?
What would I do if I was flushed away?
Yeah.
Probably drown.
No.
If we're scaling me down to the size of the characters in this film.
Okay. If you were kidnapped, then. We'll say you were kidnapped. You were taken to a village full of lots of little people like you. And
Little people.
you didn't know that so many little people existed. But you were put in this village. And you didn't know anybody. You didn't know where you were. All that you knew was that you went for a bath. And next thing you know, you're here. What would you do?
Okay.
Would you try and settle in with society, or would you try and get back home?
I mean, I have a phone. I have a phone with like a map on it.
Play along, Simon.
I'm being realistic here, Alex.
Okay, your phone's dead.
Phone's dead.
There's
Right.
no electricity.
Okay, I would ask people in the village where I am.
Okay,
Yeah.
and they say you are. So what was it? Not down under.
Yeah, that's Australia.
It's not the upside down either. That's Stranger Things.
Yeah. It's just in the sewer.
You're in the sewer. That's where you are.
I'm in the sewer.
Yeah,
Okay, right.
you're a sewer rat.
I don't want to be living in the sewer, quite frankly. Given that
I don't know.
I'm
This
not the
is a
size.
ridiculous hypothetical.
Yes, I agree. Given that I'm not the size of a rat, there's still going to be like ladders and stuff for maintenance workers to just go back up to the surface. I find one of those.
Okay, fair. I honestly don't know why you're still listening right now. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Kieran, I'm talking to you. Why are you still listening right now?
We should just do that with a random name from sometime.
should.
When there's a chance we'll get it right. Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan. Not
Jonathan,
Kieran.
why are you listening
We
to
were
our
joking
podcast?
with
We didn't give
Kieran.
you permission.
What are you doing, Jonathan? Come on. We expect
Jonathan,
better of you.
Put the guitar down. I know you love to play it, but
Stop touching yourself, right?
it's getting ridiculous.
Kieran, stop scratching yourself. Like,
Yeah.
it's embarrassing.
Look, I know you've got an itchy back, but just try to ignore it for a little bit longer.
I'm down.
There is
I'm down
a
for
small percentage chance that we just mess with some people, like seriously, the whole world shaken.
that. What? Well, like massive fan base.
No, I said it was a small chance.
That's a good point. We should go on SoundCloud and see if we have any listeners who have profiles that we don't know, but they've got the names attached to it, and just start like whispering their name during the podcast.
I think what we should do is just title one of the episodes of our podcast, just like the full name of
Catherine.
Of someone who might be listening.
Catherine Lake.
It's like, this one's for you.
Barack Obama.
Yeah, Barack Obama. Number one fan of our podcast.
He endorses it. We're going to have him on at some point. We are super busy at the minute, so obviously he keeps messaging us saying, can I come on?
Yeah, it's just, Barack, please, we're trying to make time, but we've got a schedule fully booked up.
Right, what film are we watching next week? Yeah.
Right. I'm pretty sure you've not seen this film.
Okay.
It's based on a book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice Guys.
No. I
Simon?
swear for the nice guys, the book's based on the film.
Probably. I don't
Yeah.
know. Love, Simon?
No.
We're watching it again? I was reading that. I don't know where the book's gone. I've lost it. Got it
Of course
page
you have.
80.
It's about a man being stuck on a boat with a tiger. Heard of that film, Alex?
It's the life of 3.14152.
Yeah. There you go. We're going to be watching Life of Pi next week. Have you seen it?
I've not. I've read the book. Well, I read a bit of the book. I think I read half a chapter of the book. It was 20 pence on the Kindle e-store when I got my Kindle.
Yeah.
But that was like years ago. So yeah.
No, I think it'll be good. It'll be interesting to watch it again because it was 8 years ago I watched this film. I've no idea if it actually holds up at all.
It was meant to be good. It was meant to be like really big when it came out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we find out.
No idea what I'm going to do for the art for this one. Quite frankly, I'm not drawing one of us as a tiger.
Gosh
No,
darn it,
we
Simon.
already had that with the John Wick art where you were a dog, and I don't intend on repeating that.
No, I like that.
And quite frankly, I'm a little exhausted as depicting us as rats in the most recent artwork, which, by the way, has given me nightmares.
Yeah, no, like kudos to that. That is genuinely amazing.
It's horrifying. It's a freak of
Terrifying.
nature, and it should be disposed with. And
No,
instead,
it
we're
should be
sharing
put
it
in
with
public
all.
domain and used to advertise the podcast.
What a waste of hours of my life.
You could make me the boat in the Life of Pi.
I'm not making. That's worse. Just
Like,
stretching out your face over a little like lifeboat.
Just put you in the boat with a tiger, but just have me bobbing about in the ocean.
Not a terrible idea.
Anyway, if you're
Right.
listening to next week's podcast, you know what the artwork is. If you're listening to this week's podcast, you've already enjoyed the artwork.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. Should we do like a fun sound for the outro?
I don't know. I think we should end this with the dance number. That seems to be the best way to end things.
Okay.
You know, it's times like this where I wish this was a filmed podcast. We're just seeing Alex just fairly upbeat dancing to the least upbeat song I know. Yeah.
Gates open.
Oh. Thank you for listening.